we are 4 here, right? So that means one of us has mental illnesses. We will socially, when that happens, is that we will congregate, talk together, but the moment I realize somebody, one of us is the person who has mental illness, the attitude starts shifting. So I'll be scared actually to start speaking, because you'll start treating me differently. You start, and then there's that, like, you're not okay, mwenda wazimu, you're mad, those terminologies that we use. And then the other issue is we see suicide as an individual issue instead of systemic issue. Yes, suicide ideation, attempting, all this is happening at an individual level, but the causation of it, we have to look at the systematic issue. If I do not have a home, I feel hopeless. That means that it can be an issue, the social justice issue that causes suicide. If I've not eaten, and then you're telling me to come for therapy, food is the priority, right? If I do not have, if I've not been brought up, I've been brought up in a very volatile, toxic, violent environment, I'll have high chances of having suicidal thoughts. So all these kind of things that I'm thinking about, it's forming my reality and my identity. So how do we also come to the fact and identify that when somebody is, that it is a social responsibility, it's not an individual. So if somebody has an issue, instead of treating it as an individual issue, how do we also have the systemic issue? The question that you asked earlier on, do we have enough hospitals? A counselor here said that there is the first aid that you can do, but how, even if you do the first aid, we may be aware, but not a lot of people are aware of the first aid. And then unfortunately, the number that we've mentioned is not the right number, because that is the only documented number. Most of the time we hide, because if I know my church or my mosque is not going to pray for or bury the person in my family who has died by suicide, I'll come up with another excuse. They say it's long-term illness or something to avoid the number. So we do not have the correct number of individuals attempting or dying by suicide.
So it's undocumented.
Undocumented. So if we do not have that, it's also hard to come up with policies, to come out with good strategies to prevent it, because I'll just use the number that is available instead of the real available causation numbers.
All right.